The unfolding events in the world at the moment feel like a resounding echo of the world's past history, in which the lessons of the past are ignored by those in power. As we go through history, the shadows of mighty empires and vast loom over our modern geopolitical environment. The echoes of Rome's legions, Napoleon's audacity, the British Empire, and Hitler's ambitions resonate in today's world, where new empires and leaders seek to assert their dominance. Think of Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping of China and his dreams of Taiwan, Viktor Erdogan of Turkey, and Donald Trump. This essay explores the profound connections between the imperialistic actions of the past and the geopolitical maneuvers of the present. By examining the Roman Empire, the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon, and Hitler, we will draw direct parallels to modern figures like Vladimir Putin and others, including the ongoing war in Ukraine. This video will show the cyclical nature of history and the consequences of failing to learn from it. In doing so, we will attempt to provide a comprehensive understanding of how historical imperialism continues to shape global politics. The insights gleaned from this analysis aim to provoke thought on how current leaders might break from these historical patterns, fostering a world informed not just by the desire for power, but by the wisdom of past experiences. The Roman Empire set a precedent for imperialistic expansion that has echoed through the ages. Its initial growth from a small city-state to a vast empire stretching across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East was fueled by military conquest and political integration. This model of expansion established a blueprint that many future empires would follow, showcasing the effectiveness of a centralized authority and a disciplined military force in acquiring and maintaining vast territories. Moreover, the Roman approach to governance through systems such as the Roman law has had a lasting impact on the administrative techniques of later empires. Their policies of cultural assimilation and infrastructure development, roads, cities, and public facilities, were strategies aimed at consolidating their hold over conquered regions. These methods ensured not only the spread of Roman culture, but also the integration of diverse peoples into a single imperial identity, a strategy replicated in various forms by subsequent empires. In contemporary terms, the legacy of Roman imperialism can be seen in the statecraft and territorial ambitions of modern states. The emphasis on legal frameworks, infrastructure development, and cultural integration are themes that continue to resonate in today's political strategies. The shadow of Rome, with its complexities and contradictions, serves as a foundational example of how empires can shape the world. Lessons that remain relevant as new powers rise and fall on the global stage. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815 was not just a defeat for Napoleon Bonaparte, but a pivotal moment in European history that reshaped the continent's imperialistic landscape. This battle decisively ended Napoleon's rule and his revolutionary reshaping of Europe, marking the decline of French imperial aspirations and the rise of the British Empire as a dominant global power. The repercussions of Waterloo were felt worldwide, influencing the balance of power and shaping colonial expansions for decades. Waterloo serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of empires, illustrating how quickly fortunes can turn in the realm of international power politics. The defeat of one of history's most formidable military leaders by a coalition of forces underscores the complexities of alliance and the strategic necessity of diplomatic as well as military strength. This lesson in the transient nature of power is especially pertinent to modern leaders, reflecting the importance of resilience and adaptability in both military and diplomatic engagements. Furthermore, the battle highlighted the role of technological and tactical advancements in determining the outcomes of imperial conflicts. The use of more advanced artillery and better troop formations by the Allies were significant factors in their victory. This historical insight into the impact of technology and strategy on warfare echoes in today's military conflicts, where technological superiority often decides the victor, emphasizing the need for continuous innovation in both military hardware and tactics. Napoleon Bonaparte, a figure synonymous with imperial ambition, dramatically reshaped Europe through his military conquests and administrative reforms. His rise from a Corsican officer to the Emperor of France is a testament to his strategic genius and his ability to capitalize on the chaotic aftermath of the French Revolution. Napoleon's empire, sprawling across much of Europe, was built on the principles of the Enlightenment and aimed at the unification of Europe under French dominance. However, Napoleon's imperialistic reach ultimately led to his downfall. His invasion of Russia in 1812 serves as a classic example of overreach, where the logistical challenges of waging war in vast hostile territories led to a catastrophic loss of life and resources. This misadventure underscores a critical lesson in the limits of empire. No matter how powerful, overextension can lead to vulnerability and collapse, a lesson that echoes in the modern era of global politics. Napoleon's impact on Europe extended beyond his military exploits. His administrative reforms, including the Napoleonic Code, reformed educational systems, and streamlined legal frameworks, have had lasting influences on the institutions of many European countries. These reforms demonstrate the dual nature of empires as agents of both domination and cultural integration, a duality that continues to define the actions of contemporary global powers. Under Section 5, Hitler's Third Reich, Dreams of Empire. Adolf Hitler's vision for the Third Reich was explicitly imperialistic, aimed at expanding German territory and influence across Europe and beyond. His aggressive annexation of neighboring territories and the subsequent outbreak of World War II were driven by a desire to establish a vast, racially purified empire. This ambition reflects a dark echo of past imperial endeavors, where the conquest and subjugation of other peoples were justified by a perverted sense of destiny and superiority. The catastrophic consequences of Hitler's ambitions, most horrifically manifested in the Holocaust and the widespread destruction across Europe, serve as a grim reminder of the dangers inherent in unchecked imperialistic drives. The moral and ethical failures of the Third Reich also highlight the critical importance of international law and human rights standards in moderating the actions of modern states. These standards, developed in response to the atrocities of World War II, continue to play a crucial role in international relations and conflict resolution. Moreover, the eventual defeat of Hitler and the dismantling of the Third Reich demonstrate the resilience of the international community when faced with existential threats. The alliances formed during World War II and the collective military and economic strategies deployed underscore the potential for global cooperation in the face of imperial aggression. The legacy of this cooperation and the institutions born from it, like the United Nations, continue to influence global politics, advocating for a world order based on mutual respect and collective security. Section 6. Modern Echoes, Vladimir Putin and Ukraine. The recent actions of Vladimir Putin in Ukraine have drawn inevitable comparisons to the imperialistic endeavors of historical figures like Napoleon and Hitler. The annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine are reminiscent of the territorial ambitions that have historically driven empires. These actions not only challenge the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine, but also threaten the stability of the international system established post-World War II. Putin's justification for these actions often relies on a narrative of historical entitlement and protection of ethnic Russians and Russian speakers, mirroring the historical justifications used by past empires to legitimize their expansionist policies. This narrative exposes the enduring appeal of nationalist and imperialist ideologies in contemporary politics, where history is invoked to validate modern conquests. The international response, involving economic sanctions and diplomatic isolation, reflects the contemporary mechanisms available to the global community to counter such aggressive moves. Furthermore, the conflict in Ukraine illustrates the modern complexities of imperialism, where traditional military invasions are supplemented by cyber warfare, propaganda, and political manipulation. These tactics represent the evolution of imperial strategies in the digital age, where control over information and narrative can be as significant as control over territories. The situation in Ukraine, therefore, not only echoes historical imperial ambitions, but also highlights the modern adaptations required in the art of statecraft. The recurrent theme of imperialism in history reveals a pattern of rise, overreach, and often eventual decline. This pattern is not merely a relic of the past, but a continuing dynamic in modern international relations. The examples of the Roman Empire, Napoleon's France and Nazi Germany provide valuable lessons in the potential consequences of imperial overreach, lessons that modern powers would do well to respect, listen, and adhere to. Recognizing these patterns can aid in predicting and potentially mitigating similar behaviors in today's political landscape. For instance, understanding the strategic mistakes of Napoleon and Hitler could inform contemporary strategies to prevent similar scenarios of overextension and conflict. This perspective is essential for leaders who must balance ambitions with the practical limitations imposed by economic, military, and diplomatic realities. Moreover, the study of historical imperialism can illuminate the underlying causes of these recurrent ambitions. Often driven by a combination of economic motives, national pride, and geopolitical strategy, these factors continue to influence the actions of states today. By examining these motivations through a historical lens, policymakers can better understand and address the root causes of imperialistic policies, potentially leading to more stable and equitable international relations. One of the most pressing questions in the study of history is whether it is possible for modern leaders and societies to learn from the past. The cyclical pattern of imperial rise and fall suggests that while the contexts and characters change, the underlying dynamics of power and ambition remain remarkably consistent. This raises doubts about the capacity of human societies to effectively absorb and apply historical lessons to prevent repetition of past mistakes. However, the development of international norms and institutions in the aftermath of World War II offers a hopeful perspective. These mechanisms were explicitly designed to address the excesses of past empires and to provide a framework for peaceful resolution of conflicts. The effectiveness of these systems in preventing large-scale conflicts in the latter half of the 20th century and beyond suggests that learning from history, while challenging, is not only possible but essential. Moreover, the role of education and public discourse in shaping societal attitudes towards imperialism and power is critical. By promoting a more nuanced understanding of history and its complexities, educators and leaders can foster a more informed citizenry. This informed citizenry is better equipped to hold leaders accountable and to resist the allure of imperialistic rhetoric. In this way, education serves as a crucial tool in breaking the cycle of historical repetition, providing the knowledge necessary to navigate the challenges of the modern world. The potential to break the historical cycle of imperialism hinges significantly on global awareness and the collective action of the international community. In an increasingly interconnected world, the actions of one nation can have far-reaching impacts, making international cooperation crucial in addressing issues of imperial overreach and aggression. The role of multinational organizations and agreements in maintaining global stability and promoting peace is therefore more important than ever. Additionally, the power of global public opinion and the media in shaping political actions cannot be understated. In the digital age, information is rapidly disseminated and public reaction can influence political decisions. This dynamic presents an opportunity for global civil society to play a proactive role in preventing the recurrence of imperialistic endeavors by holding leaders accountable through advocacy, protest, and dialogue. Furthermore, the development of a global ethic that prioritizes human rights and equitable development is essential in countering the imperialistic impulses that have historically led to conflict and suffering. By fostering a sense of shared destiny and mutual respect among nations, the international community can work towards a future where cooperation and understanding prevail over conquest and division. This shift in values is crucial for creating a sustainable and peaceful global order. As we reflect on the echoes of empires from Rome to the present day, it becomes clear that the lessons of history are both profound and perennial. The enduring patterns of ambition, conflict, and eventual reckoning offer invaluable insights into the nature of power and the importance of prudent governance. While history does not repeat itself in exact terms, the themes and consequences of past actions provide a valuable framework for understanding and responding to the challenges of the modern world. The question of whether we can learn from history is not merely academic, but deeply practical. As new imperialistic tendencies emerge and global dynamics evolve, the need for historical insight becomes increasingly urgent. By drawing on the lessons of the past, leaders and citizens alike can forge pathways that avoid the pitfalls of history, promoting a future defined by cooperation and mutual respect rather than conflict and dominance. In conclusion, the study of history, with all its complexities and nuances, is not just about understanding the past, but about shaping the future. By recognizing the echoes of empires in our own time, we can equip ourselves with the knowledge to create a better world. It is in this spirit that we must continue to examine our history, not as a distant echo, but as a clear and present guide. In the era of global interconnectivity, the repercussions of such actions resonate far beyond borders. Let us learn from the past to forge a future built on diplomacy, cooperation, and the collective wisdom that those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. This video is written and produced by Chris Ifeanyi Eze, Lecturer for Diversity, Intercultural Competence and Director of Euro-Africa Media Network. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to leave a comment, share, and subscribe to our channels.